Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the Cuban Missile Crisis, end of Cold War, disintegration of USSR and about the foreign policy. In this video, I am going to discuss about the foreign policy of India and its perspective and about the South Asia countries and ethnic conflicts in South Asia. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the first topic, which is the foreign policy of India. Our foreign policy of India follow the Monroe Doctrine. It has two aspects. First, to avoid external influence in the internal matters and to dominance in the neighborhood countries. We adopted this cause we had hostile neighbor like Pakistan. A hostile neighborhood was there we were placed in. It has quite evident that Pakistan will not be friendly neighbor. The size of the country in terms of population, geographic area, and economy was unmatchable with other countries in South Asia. India formulated a big brother attitude to project its dominance in region, but as of now the big brotherhood attitude has been diluted. Now let us discuss about the foreign policy perspective. It is the safeguarding national interest. India foreign policy prioritizes the protection of territorial integrity, security, and economic development. C. Raja Mohan, an Indian strategic affairs expert, emphasizes the importance of protecting India's national interest in foreign policy decision making. They argue that India's foreign policy should prioritize the pursuit of its core objective to ensure its security, territorial integrity, and economic prosperity. For example, India's stand during the Russia Ukraine crisis was guided by the national interests, as highlighted by the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Promoting global peace and stability, India actively participates in international efforts to prevent conflicts, resolve disputes peacefully, and promote dialogue among nations. Fostering economic growth, Indian foreign policy focuses on creating a conducive external environment for economic growth, attracting foreign investment, and expanding trade relations. Enhancing security, India strengthens its security capabilities through strategic partnerships, regional stability initiatives, counter-terrorism efforts, and addressing non-traditional security threats. And protecting national sovereignty. India upholds its sovereignty, maintains peaceful relations with neighbors, and asserts its interest in international forums. Advancing global standing. Indian foreign policy aims to enhance India's global influence, actively engaging in shaping international forums, rules, and institutions while ensuring India's voice is heard on global issues. Protecting India diaspora. India values its diaspora and works to strengthen ties, provide support, and protect the rights of interests of overseas Indians. It's trying to maintain the relationship with the neighborhood country. This is one of the most important aspects of our foreign policy, as a peaceful neighborhood is of utmost importance. Peaceful coexistence is the mantra followed by India and other major countries throughout the world. Geopolitics is other matter, and it is a method of studying foreign policy to understand, explain, and critique to nation political behavior. For example, pivot to Asia policy of Barack Obama aimed to increase involvement with countries like India, Japan, Asia to counterbalance China in Asia. International political environment. This perspective deals with the general sentiment throughout the world. Depending upon various factors, the foreign policy is aligned with the political environment all over the world. India generally believes in positive engagement during the COVID crisis and geopolitical sentiment was against China. India engaged positively by supply essentials including the vaccines to the neighboring countries, and this has increased India's geopolitical stature with many countries now looking towards India during their crisis times. Now let us discuss about the South Asian countries which are Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Pakistan, Maldives and Nepal. There is the ethnic conflicts in South Asia. There are a number of factors that contribute to ethnic conflict in South Asia, which include the religious differences. South Asia is a region with the diverse religious landscape, and this has often been a source of conflict. For example, the Kashmir conflict is rooted in religious difference between the Hindus and Muslims. South Asia is also a region with a diverse ethnic landscape and has also been a source of conflict. For example, the Assam conflict is rooted in the ethnic difference between the Assamese people and the Bengali speaking immigrants. Economic disparities. South Asia is a region with a high degree of economic inequality, and this has also been a source of conflict. For example, the Maoist insurgency in India is rooted in the economic disparities between the rural poor and urban elite. Next is the political instability. South Asia is a region with a history of political instability, and this has also been a source of conflict. For example, the Sri Lankan Civil War was exacerbated by the political instability in Sri Lanka. The major conflicts are, as highlighted, Kashmir conflict between India and Pakistan, Naxalite Maoist insurgency in India, Tamil Sinhalese conflict in Sri Lanka, Balochistan insurgency, and the Rohingya crisis due to Myanmar. By this, I am concluding my video, and if you find my video interesting, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.